my God. Oh my God. Finally, I got you here. The best ever. Top notch. This is incredible to have you here, Bob and Christian. How are you? Bob, how are you?
I'm good. I think Christian and I were both politely waiting for the other guy to say hi first. So, I've watched a few of Christian's videos, and I'm really in tune with his style. I think if we met in real life, we'd get along well. But I'm well, Caddy. Thanks for asking.
I agree. You know that Canadians have a reputation for being the most polite people on the planet. So of course I had to try and wait for you to start just to try and, be more polite than a Canadian.
Yeah.
How are you, Cathy?
Okay, I'm doing well. Working as usual, online, thanks again. I'm doing well. And also with the chat box, these chat boxers are all the time trying to do something, inventing. Now we are singing. There, because this month we celebrate our second year together,
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's why I invited you, because I want to share, this incredible experience, to have you around, Christian, you maybe you don't know Bob, but Christian was, somebody that really made a difference in my way of learning and teaching as well, right? So
very cool.
When I met him, my complete point of view where I was standing changed, okay, into more communication first, don't worry about mistakes and everything he says, and he was, along with Pasquale, the ones who told me, why don't you go and create, some kind of a space where people can chat, and then the chat box.
Yeah, I think the amazing thing about Facebook groups is the power of the community, and I don't know if you know this, Caddy, but if you've ever been in any kind of other Facebook groups, and I'm talking about different subjects, Facebook groups about art, about music, whatever. It's very, very rare to have a Facebook group with the level of activity and the level of engagement that Chatbox has. It's like everybody's always there. And, I think it's just because, I don't know if you kind of agree with this, Bob, especially because we're both, oh man, I don't want to start talking about politics, but, but it's like negative energy and hate kind of breeds more negative energy and hate,
yes.
And I feel like in the chat box, when people go there and they see the positivity, that it's not like, they're not going to bring negativity into that space.
I would agree 100%. And I think what you guys have created with the chat box is, it's like the best way to learn the language is to interact in a real setting. And you've created something real. Like, it's not a place where people, I think, just go to get something. They actually live there a little bit during the day. And that's super helpful when you're learning English. Like, it's not just a place where it's the word of the day and that's what you're going to get. It's like all these people talking and singing, and it's amazing. So they're very cool.
Yeah.
Do you believe in fate? Do you believe in fate somehow? No, not really.
Me personally, no. Only because I don't like the idea that I'm not in control of my own destiny. And also, and maybe the main reason I don't believe in fate is because, a horrible fact of the world is that really terrible things happen to really good people, and I feel like
not fair.
If fate is real, then it's just, I don't like it. It's not fair.
Yeah.
Not fair. Yeah.
I think my response to believing in fate is I'm just a product of how I was raised, and I was raised to work hard. So my dad would always say things like, "That's a great dream. Now let's get to work." So that's really how I think about things. You know, fate is something mysterious, but when you focus and you work hard, you can do a lot, for sure.
It's very true. It's very true. Yeah. What's that other kind of famous saying? Something like uh, uh, a plan without a deadline is just a dream, or something like that. But
Yeah.
basically, you know, it's great to have ambition, and it's great to want to do things, but you have to actually put in the hard work, right?
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
You
I
know
like
And I
your
what?
dad,
think,
right?
yeah, and I think
No.
you've done that, Caddy. I think you've put in the hard work. So
Yeah.
everyone's reaping the benefits of something that, you know, there's obviously hard work being put in. So good on you. It's cool.
Thank you very much. But you told us about your dad, you know, how the say of your dad. But I remember my dad, you know, when he was alive, he used to say, if you are sad, work. If you're happy, work. If you're anxious, work. If you are bored, work. Okay, he used to say that, you know. Well, the thing
Wow.
is, yeah, I mean, yeah, but I was about to say something about fate. Okay, the thing is, I may agree with you both. What you just said, but when before, just some maybe coincidence then, maybe coincidence, but then few months before getting in touch, getting in contact with Christian, watching one of his videos, you know, you are so generous, also you, Bob, that you answer back the people that approach to you, right? So just before that, just a few months before, I was with this eager, I mean, well, it was like I had this hunger. I was
Hmm.
hungry. I mean, I wanted to have a space where I could talk to people, you know, to talk to people, and also bring my students, my regular students, to some kind of an experience to gather with people and communicate, right? I was in that, yeah. And then it's like I created the opportunity by watching, searching, you know, Googling and things. So I met Christian, and then everything is history now. You know, it's the thing like it was to be, was supposed to be.
Well, I mean, but here's a question that I think maybe is impossible to answer. Where, because really the root of the, you know, this thing was the hunger. So where did the hunger come from? That's the question for me.
It was a need. It was a need, you know.
Mm.
Uh, because I didn't have the opportunity to have that. You know, I remember trying to get in touch with these dating pages. I thought maybe going to dating pages was about to talk. No, it, you know, it was impossible. Dating was dating, you know. So my husband said, "What are you doing?" No, so it was not that. I laugh.
It's not a
Me?
bad it's not a bad idea though, right? I mean, we live in an era where there are many opportunities to speak English online. There's many opportunities to engage with people, and that is one of the platforms where it's happening. So
Yes.
it's not a silly idea by any stretch of the
No,
imagination.
but they wanted a different thing, you know. It was so clear that you know they want a different thing. So it wasn't. I just want to talk. Oh yes, click off. The line is off. You know? Okay,
Yeah.
my dear friends. This is you know for me the most important opportunity to have you both together here. So I had a game, and then I have one thing that I want to share with you. Okay. The
Okay.
game is only this, okay? It's a trick or treat. Oh! Okay,
Wow.
it's only
Okay.
this. Okay, I have the first, okay? The first. Can you please read Bob and Christian answers?
Sure.
Only the question. For example, you can say, what is, and you name the description.
So am
It's
I describing the cat in the pumpkin? Is that what I have to do?
No,
Oh, I
maybe
see.
you can say what is, and you say that, okay?
Sure. So what is someone who rides her broom across the night sky and in front of the moon, she does fly? Is that what you wanted me to ask? I hope I'm doing
Yes,
this right.
yes, that's right.
Well, I know the answer to that one. Are we supposed to answer or?
You are supposed to answer. It
There we
is
go.
only knowledge about Halloween. I just want you to, okay. Who rides her broom across the night in front of the moon and she does fly, Christian? The answer is?
My mother-in-law. Is that the correct answer?
Okay, let's say so.
No, it's a witch. It's a witch.
There we go.
That's right. There you go. Okay, now you are going to hit Bob. Okay.
Oh, I see how we're doing this.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Bob, now it's your turn. Sorry. Bob. Okay, this one.
Okay. What is a figure that walks through the wall and quietly floats down the hall?
Oh, that's interesting. Well, if it's something that goes through the wall and floats, it's got to be a ghost, I think. That'd be my
Yeah,
guess.
you're right. It's a ghost. Okay. And the last one.
Oh, I just started figuring out the game, Caddy. We should keep going. Am I reading this one?
Yes,
At dusk,
please,
this
for
creature
Christian.
flutters up and around. Yeah, so at dusk, this creature flutters up and around, searching for insects all over town.
Don't say your mother-in-law, please.
It would be a bat, I think, no?
It is a
Think so.
bad. Okay, good. Sorry for this dummy game, but it was
that's good.
it was only the beginning because I want to play a truth or dare game with you. Okay?
Okay, I gotta go.
No. I want
Truth
to
or
play a
dare?
truth
Oh,
or
dear.
dare.
Truth
Okay?
or dare.
Truth or dare. Okay. So I'm going to hit you first. Okay. This is now.
Sounds good.
It was just warming up. You know. Are we ready? Okay.
Okay.
A truth or dare. This is for Bob. Truth or dare, Bob?
Truth.
Okay. Truth. Okay. Why or what is the reason you jump out of bed every morning?
Ooh.
Oh, that's an interesting one. You know, I got to think about that a bit. It's different every day. I'll tell you right now, the reason I jump out of bed every morning is we grow flowers on our flower farm. Jen is really, really busy and she gets up before me. So this is going to sound kind of sappy, but right now I get out of bed and I go out to the barn to say hi to Jen. She gets up about an hour before I do. So that's my reason right now. But I would say in general, I usually go to bed really early and I get out of bed because I'm done sleeping. I rarely go to bed late. I love sleeping. So anyways, that's the first answer is to see Jen. The second is normally just because I'm done sleeping. Pretty boring answer, the second one, isn't it? It's like, well, I'm done sleeping, so I'll get up, but that's pretty much how it works.
Good, thank you. Well, it's
welcome.
your turn now. You can truth or dare, Christian or me.
Is it my turn? Sorry.
No, the thing is that now Bob is going to truth or dare one of us, Christian or me. Okay?
Oh, that's what you. I'll choose Christian. Christian, okay. Truth or dare?
I'm going to choose truth as well.
Truth as well. Okay, so let me see here. I have to ask you a question. Let's see here.
Oh boy.
The truth. Let me just think. Tell us what's the most important thing you own? I'm going to see how materialistic you are. That's a fair question, right?
That's a fair question.
Tell us the truth of the most important thing you own.
Jeez.
This could reveal a lot about you, Christian. It
God
really
damn.
could.
I suppose I could lie and say something like a picture of my family in my wallet or something. But the most important thing I own. I would say that probably the most important thing that I own would be my mobile phone, because basically because of the work that I do. Without this, I think that my life would be completely transformed in every, not just for work, but in every single way. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that being the truth, but that is the truth for me. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's interesting you say that, because on the farm, we used to look at the phone as, oh, you kind of need one. But now every winter, Jen looks at a new phone because she needs really good pictures of the flowers. She needs to communicate with, like, it's become this vital tool, and
Yeah.
it's completely different than 10 years ago, for sure. So I totally understand that.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, obviously I was born in 1979, so I grew up, when I was a teenager, mobile phones were still really expensive and hardly anyone had them, but they were starting to become more popular, right? And it's incredible to think that, like, in the past, if you wanted to meet somebody, you had to, like, organize the day, organize the time, organize the place, and if the other person didn't arrive, you had no way to contact them. I mean,
you would literally say, is Joe coming? And people would be like, I don't know. And then that was it. That was the end of the, well, let's wait 10 minutes. And then, like, it was weird.
Yeah.
Now where are you, Joe?
How did we do anything before the internet? Honestly, I don't know.
Impossible to think, in a scenario like that, impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, who's going to hit me now? Christian, hit me or Bob?
Oh no, I definitely going to hit you, Caddy. Definitely. And I've got a truth question.
Okay, truth. Okay.
No, you have to. No, you have to decide, don't you?
Truth,
Okay,
definitely truth. Otherwise, I imagine what you're going to dare. Okay, go.
Obviously, all of the work that you do, like similar to Pasquale, right, who's the moderator of my Facebook group, and the work that you do, it's essentially something that you do for free, right? And I want to know, what's your motivation?
I mean, money is important. We live with money, right? As I manage myself to earn what I need to survive, it's not the main thing here. So what motivates me is, you're going to laugh, but it's friendship. I have done the most incredible friends in the chat box. Every day for me, it's not work, or it's not something like an effort to go there, check, make some comments, and communicate with them in one way to another. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I am waiting to do that, looking forward, for that moment in the day, right? So it's the friendship I have there, all the friends, No, that's the most important, definitely.
Amazing. So it almost is a similar, well, it also is an answer to the truth question you asked Bob. That's why you get out of bed in the morning, right? That's why you jump out of bed.
That's right.
Amazing.
That's right.
Amazing.
Yeah. And I am a very friendly person here in Argentina. I have friends. I'm not like lonely, or somehow now we are a little bit isolated because of the lockdown, but I'm not like that. I get friends from Ecuador. I have friends in Argentina, but the friends I got in the chat box are, it's like the when you say the icing of the cake for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, well, now let's move into something more related to English learning because I want to share some information, something that is your own approach to the teaching, learning thing. So now that we are ready, that we are not warm, we are perfect now. Okay, I have one question that I would like to you to answer. Okay, you choose which of you wants to start. Okay, this is important. Why is it that for some learners it's easier to acquire the skills required to use a language such English, and some people find it easier than others. Why do you think it's that, like that, you know?
I don't know,
Which...
Bob. Do you want to go first, Bob?
No, after you.
Oh, thank you.
I may start.
No, well, so I think the first thing that people need to realize is that, yes, it's true. There's been, like, for example, I don't know if you know of the Foreign Services Institute. They're called the FSI, and they're part of the American government, and their job is to teach foreign languages to diplomats and spies and ambassadors and people like this. And so they have thousands of students every year who have intensive classes. Like they're in class 8 hours a day, small classes, working really hard, and they're teaching all different languages. They're teaching Arabic and Russian and so they have this incredible kind of sample of people from all different backgrounds. Generally, yes, we can say that they're probably well educated. They've been to university, but they have this kind of big sample, and they discovered that there's quite a lot of individual variation.
Mm-hmm.
And some people they need longer. And actually, they developed a test called the MLAT test. And you can do this test. It's very difficult to find online because it's kind of a bit of a strange, it's kind of a bit, secret government kind of test. But basically, if you do that test, it tells you about your ability to learn a language. So it's something that we can measure and we can test. But to answer the actual question, one more thing as well. One more thing, and this goes back to what Bob's dad said, right? Is that no matter your level of ability, let's say, you can always achieve the same level. It will just take you a lot longer, right? You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to say that there are people who should just give up because they don't have the language gene, right? That's not a thing. I think the question is difficult to answer. I don't think that anybody can really. I don't know. I don't feel like it's a question that can be easily answered. It's like maybe it's a combination of some people have more interest in something. Like some people are just interested in playing a piano or interested in art or running or whatever. They just have a kind of, it's like a personality thing. But I don't know. I think it's just individual human variation. I don't know, Bob. I want to know what if you have a better answer, because
No,
my answer was
don't.
kind of a bit
No,
rubbish.
I was in total agreement with you on the personality part because my professional job is I teach French. So I've seen a lot of students learn French, and what I always find interesting is students who don't like reading books in English, like native English speakers that don't like reading books, they also don't like reading books in French. And so your natural interests factor in a lot too. And then having taught English online, I run into people once in a while who they don't like having conversations. They like reading and writing, but they don't like having conversations. And then sometimes they wonder why their conversations aren't developing. So you're definitely right, Christian. Your personality and the things you like to do have a huge impact. If you love watching American television, you'll get really good at understanding American English. But you probably already like watching television. It's it's probably already there in your personality. So, and then I think a lot of it is just what's your internal drive, and then your reason for learning it. I find when I interact with people who are learning English because they need it for their job, they're incredibly driven because they know that there's a job waiting for them if they can get to a certain level of proficiency. So yeah, it really depends. I talked to someone who's retired, who's learning English, and they're far less motivated to learn it quickly, far less motivated. So they're naturally learning it a bit slower. But yeah, it's tricky. The last thing I want to say is, and this is, I don't know, in our world right now, it's hard because everyone wants to compare themselves to others, and it's not a good thing to do when you're learning a language. But I'll be honest, I have two sisters who are way smarter than me, who always did way better in school than I did. And I think you kind of have to accept that there's going to be people who they're just going to learn it faster. And that's not you. You got to do what you got to do to learn it at the pace you can. But yeah, do I sound bitter about that my sisters were smarter than me? They still are.
I was trying not to laugh.
Yeah,
actually, no, that was, I think that you actually, you basically distilled what I was trying to say much better. And I mean, that's something that it took me a long time to kind of realize, is that, not all learners have the same objectives. And like you say, a lot of learners, a lot of people say they want to be fluent. And when they say fluent, they're talking about speaking and conversation. But maybe, that like you're saying, that objective isn't right for everybody. And if you just want to just read and write, then that's awesome, right? That's a perfectly valid thing to want to do. And also related to what you said, I agree. And I think that people need to accept that maybe with the amount of effort they're putting in, with their kind of, let's say, natural, talents, that they're not going to be, fluent, speakers, and that's also fine. You said a lot of cool stuff, Bob.
Well, thanks. I was riffing off what you said. I'm a little old to use that word, but I was just ripping off your ideas, which is basically all I do, is listen to other people and then repeat what they said in a slightly different way, and then it sounds good.
This is my whole job. My whole career is based on this.
For sure. Also, I do feel a little guilty because I lied earlier. The real reason I get up every morning is usually because I'm hungry. So I know I went way back. But my stomach's starting to growl. And I was like, oh yeah, sometimes I just get up because...
Finally, we have the truth.
Finally, so.
Well, I invited two of the members of the chat box. They are the moderators, okay? I just wanted them to join us, okay? One is Ludmila, you know her, Christian, from Russia.
Yes.
And the other is Roberto from Italy, okay? They are going to be like joining. Maybe they are going to ask one question. So I'm going to admit them in, okay?
Cool.
Well, and when you were talking about this, okay, I was thinking, somehow it depends on the passion, the passion, and of course the skills. Hello, Roberto. Hi.
Hello, Roberto. Hi, Roberto. You have a great name, Roberto. I love it.
Thank you.
Hi, Roberto. We were having a nice chat here. We were now in the part where we are more serious, and we are asking about English learning and things like that. Okay. So, Robertito, do you know Bob and Christian, right?
Oh, of course. Look, they are part of my life now.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
Well,
okay.
Of course.
I have a question for you, Robertito. If you had the chance to have them, I don't know, maybe once in your life, if you had the chance to have them just face to face, what would you like to ask them?
Hmm. It's a tricky question because I can only thank them for what they're doing. And I don't know, I don't have specific questions for them. I just want to express my gratitude to them because by the, over a year ago, by sheer luck, I came across one of Chris' videos, and the first thing I noticed about that video that I didn't need subtitles to understand what he was saying, and this because of a couple of aspects. I'd say these teachers know how to speak with non-native speakers, with students, so they speak slower, they enunciate words carefully, so we understand everything. And this helps a lot because it gets really frustrating when you don't understand, when your mind lags behind, you can't keep up the pace. And besides this, I really appreciated the content, little by little, the content of Chris' videos. And I'd say he was the man that really changed my perspective in learning. Up to then, I was always afraid of getting something wrong. I've never enjoyed the language. Now, today, I know what a language is, what communication is, because you are interesting when your speech is not interspersed with a lot of pauses. It doesn't work. So you need to be fluent in your way, okay? By making small mistakes, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You need to get over your fear of getting something wrong all the time. And thanks to Chris, I could speak English a year ago. And let me tell you that I have a certificate in advanced English that I got in 2016, and it had never been any use when I went abroad. Okay? And thanks to Bob,
Let's forget
I
about the
started
applause.
watching his videos as well. And I really appreciate Bob because he's teaching us practical English. That kind of English you really need to know when you're abroad, no? Because you don't find that stuff in books, through books. And I love his videos. I love his videos. He's another teacher that is very easy to understand because, as I was telling you before, he has a lot of passion with foreign students, with those who are not native speakers, of course, where in real life it's quite a different thing. But you need to learn English like children learn their own language, with the due slowness. Little by little, your mind, in a way, goes faster, okay, but with the due time. And this is one of the best skills about these teachers. Content plus the way they teach English
So we
naturally,
love them.
and they make you feel at home.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good
I
phrase.
can't
You
hear you.
make
I need my headset.
you both make us feel at home when we are in your channels, you know. But I have a secret, Roberto.
Yeah.
Ludmila is also here.
Hey,
Hi,
Ludmila.
Ludmila.
Hello,
I
hello
love you.
everybody. I
Can
have just
you?
finished my work, so you see I'm on my
Way
way
home.
back home, and yeah,
Oh, is it cold there now?
it's not so cold. It's an incredible autumn this year, and it's about 16 degrees. I think I
Beautiful.
can't remember such October, though I am pretty old already.
Okay, Mila, you can say something to Bob and Christian now, maybe. Or maybe
Yes.
Bob and Christian, would you like to say something to Roberto? Maybe I interrupting, or maybe, or you want to listen to Mila first?
No, I wanted to respond to Roberto because the things he was saying about Christian. I'm not going to talk about myself. I'm going to talk about Christian. I think what you're saying is, and this is what I felt. Let me tell you something. I hardly watch any other English teachers on YouTube. I don't have time, and I don't want to accidentally copy them. But one of Christian's videos popped up once, and I was like, oh yeah, who's this guy? He looks like he's about my age. I think that's what I was like, oh, there's someone else my age doing this. But sorry, Christian, I'm actually a bit older than you. I clicked play, and I sat there thinking, this guy is totally real. Like, he's coming through the screen and he's just totally real. He's not trying to create something that, you know, everyone's going to click on and watch. He's just this totally honest, real guy telling it like it is. And I watched the whole video, and I've watched several since then. So anyways, that's good on you, Chris.
Oh.
Thank you. Well, I actually wanted to ask you, Bob, as another teacher, because a lot of because this is related to what Roberto said, because Roberto said that that, you know, I'm always trying to encourage people to talk and not worry about their mistakes, but I get a lot of criticism from some other teachers and even other learners who say that, well, Christian, all you're doing is you're, you know, lowering the kind of standards for everybody, and you're saying you don't need to try hard, you just make your mistakes and that's fine. I mean, you know, I'm wondering how you feel about that criticism.
Well, I feel like I often use this. I feel like learning a language is like if you have long hair, which I don't, and if it's all knotted, I feel like you have to brush it, and you just keep brushing it, and you don't stop always at that one spot and work at the knot. You just keep brushing it, and eventually your hair looks really good. And I found, I think because I was someone who learned French as a second language, I was often frustrated when teachers would stop me to correct my mistakes when I was just trying to get an idea out. And so I feel like language learning should always be split into two parts, and the learner should always know what part they're in. So you should say, right now, mistakes don't matter. For the next hour, mistakes don't matter. This is just conversation. And then when the student knows, okay, now there's going to be a time where mistakes do matter, I think that's way better for your brain. I think you just learn way better in that respect. I don't correct mistakes in the comments on my channel. I do the passive approach where if someone makes the mistake, I answer them, but I correct the mistake in my answer. So they see it, and then there's no, like, they don't have to feel bad because, you know,
Awesome.
So I would agree. I think it's, you know, that concept that every mistake has to be, you know, identified and corrected. It has a small place, but not on the larger scale. No.
Yeah, totally. And in fact, what you're describing, the passive approach, is actually how, you know, children acquire language, right? By observing, not by people correcting them, because parents never correct their children's language. They you know, they acquire it by looking at how people use it correctly. So it makes sense. I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, that, no, I'm agreeing exactly. You know, we need free time to just be free and ramble and make lots of mistakes, and then we need, you know, focused
hard work. Yes,
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now let's listen to Mila. Mila.
Yeah. Hi, Mila.
Oh, you have to unmute, my dear. You're sending love, but no, we don't listen.
Yeah, hello again. Yeah, I'm here. Yes. Okay, I'm not going to be long because some reasons. So, of course, I am very, very grateful to Christian because thanks to him, we are in chat box. He's married. I remember this day Katie brought me to chat box, and Christian is almost a family member. So he's so dear. Yes, we all consider him so this way. And what can I say about Bob? Watching his videos, I perceive him as a next door guy. So, and it's such a great feeling. Really, it's so important to be among friends and feel comfortable. So thank you very much for for things you are doing, both of you. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
Okay, my dear
So,
friends.
and I would like to say a couple of words. Yeah,
Yeah,
Katie?
of course. Go.
May I?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Hello, all guys and Betty. Let's organize a party. Let's drink, let's dance, let's speak. The best day a week. I beg you, don't complain, both Canada and Spain, that school doors are in locks. The teachers are in chat box. Thanks, Christian and Bob, for pleasure without stop. Our learning never ends. Let's celebrate, my friends. That's
It's
all.
very good.
This is
Very-
awesome.
Do you
So,
see this kind of level here? Poetry,
amazing.
singing, only the dancing now.
Yes, we have to organize, I think, competition.
Yeah,
Sergey
we
has
have.
already started.
Yes, so Jay
Usually
started
so, yeah.
dancing. Yeah. Okay, my dear friends. I think that I would love to keep on talking, for ages here, but I imagine that you have, yeah, an amount of time, and you've given us so much already. So much. It's so difficult for me to express exactly what we feel when we are watching one of your videos, okay? The familiar sensation. And it's not, I was about to say something after Roberto, I was about to say the secret, and then I moved to Ludmila because she was there. The secret is that we understand, oh, Bob is frozen. Okay, there he is.
I
The
think
thing
I'm
is,
back.
yes, you're back, you're back, you're back. The thing is that the secret was that we understand you much, much better than any other, because we are so in love with you that we keep on listening to you all the time, that you became familiar, okay? Because I don't know if you know, but I am a crazy lunatic about the Property Brothers, okay? I love them. I love the Property Brothers. I have to watch every day with a piece of chocolate the Property Brothers, okay? So, I understand everything they say. They make a site, I understand the site. It's incredible because I watch it every day. I constantly watch it. Okay, so the sound became familiar and I understood everything. Cul-de-sac. What is the cul-de-sac? Okay, I understand the cul-de-sac because I listen and I watch every day Property Brothers. And we watch you almost every single video you post and you share with us. Okay, so this is for me, more than what I have imagined in my entire life. Have you here, and please keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on doing. Okay.
Of course. Of course. Well, I don't know about you, Bob, but I feel totally filled with love right now.
I know. I do as well. I was going to say that you guys don't see the behind the scenes, but some days you don't feel like making a video lesson. But having a meeting like this is something I can remember on that day, because sometimes for me it's raining and I like to go outside. So this is cool. I'm actually a bit overwhelmed. Sometimes when you're putting out just videos, you don't realize, you don't see the people on the other side, right? So it's very cool. It's cool to hear Mila read something, and it's cool to see Roberto and hear some feedback. It's just awesome. So thanks a lot for organizing this, Caddy. It's cool.
No, you are the one. I am the one who's thankful. You're just welcome. Okay, my dear friends, if you maybe let me say goodbye now, not before, not, yeah, without saying thank you. Thank you, Roberto. Thank you,
Thank you,
Mila.
Katy.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you, Christian, my
Thank you.
friend, my friend. And Bob, also my friend, from Canada, from Australia, okay, from Rome and from Russia, okay. Thank you for being there. And please keep on sharing everything you do, your projects, your dreams, whatever you feel like with us, okay? please do so.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.